Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. We will wait like 2 or 3 minutes before we start to make sure everybody gets settled and can listen to this episode. While you're waiting, you can join us at Slido by scanning this QR code or going to slido.com and using code AI strategically. Okay, I hope everybody is here and we can start with this episode. I would like to start this one with a question, and I would like to know how many of you are building a digital product. Try writing your name in Slido. Okay, so we have 2 people here. I will wait a little to give you some time to vote. Okay, so we have some people here that are building a digital product. So for those of you, I hope I will provide you with some information you can use in this journey of yours. And for those of you who are not currently building a digital product, I hope that maybe this is something you will use in the future. Okay, so there are more and more names coming. I will start just with a quick introduction. So this is AI Strategically series, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to master AI for customer experience. My name is Miroslava, as you can see, and I come from a company called GoodRequest, and we are a team of really talented and experienced people, and we're trying to build the meaningful products and solutions for global brands. We've started this series of webinars with like 3 main goals. The first one is to demystify AI, then to help identify impactful AI opportunities for companies and offer actionable steps for AI implementation. If you're not in Slido, you can still join us because there are going to be more questions later on. And if you have any questions during this presentation, you can ask them on Slido and I will get to them at the beginning of the presentation. So, as I said, we're going to speak about how to master customer experience in your product and how to use AI for that. I will speak about 3 main subjects today. The first one is about launching products, about launching and building digital products and how to use AI on the way. Then I will speak about how important is it to get to know your customers and how you can use AI to do that and how you can use AI to use that information. And in the last section, I will speak about how to do a customer support and move it to another level using AI. So you've said that you are building a digital product. So I hope you're familiar with this picture you see, which presents building a product lifecycle, and it is divided in several phases. The first one that starts with the idea or opportunity, and you go through stages like market research through identifying monetization model and product objectives and scope, and then you move to designing and developing your product, and you end with the launch and maybe some subsequential releases and other phases. This is how it should look like, but well, most of the companies go directly from idea to implementation without doing proper consideration of how to build this product, and without making sure that they know their target group and the market. I kind of understand that, because doing a market research and validation can take a lot of time, and it might slow you down. But well, on the other hand, when you do this approach and you jump directly to design and development and release your product, and then find out that it's maybe not working as you expected, it can take a lot of money and efforts too, and well, not many companies can repeat it. So I would like to speak about how you can do the market research and the research before building the product using AI, so it does not take as much time as resources as it did in the past. So when it comes to market research, there are several tools on the market. I've decided to mention like 3 ways or tools that you can use to help your team or in your team or in your company to maybe accelerate the process and make it more effective. The first one I find really interesting is called Lakmus. Is a company based in Czech Republic. They're quite young, but their product is really interesting because they came with application that can be used to perform quantitative and qualitative research on simulated like AI society or AI respondents. And they have really like interesting pricing and interesting case studies where their product was used in Volkswagen or Raiffeisen Group. So it might be worth considering this solution. The one I also really like is Notebook LM. This is the software from Google, and I believe that many of you have heard about it before. But this tool is specifically designed to help you with doing research. And it can be really useful in cases when you have this idea. So you went through like brainstorming phase. You have idea that you want to, for example, on these visuals, you can see that I had an idea with my friend that we should build a digital coffee loyalty card. So once you gain your data by doing market research, by using some automated tools or using it the traditional way, you can get like competitor analysis and any other resources. You can just import them to Notebook LM, and then you can interact with the system in the chat interface and find out or get some insights from the data without spending a lot of hours analyzing like those CSV files or long reports. Its advantage compared to, like, for example, ChatGPT is that it is only giving you answers and it is only using the information from the sources that were provided by you. The feature I really, really like is the audio overview. So for those of you who like to listen to podcasts or spend some time traveling in the car, this can be really useful because you can generate audio overview of the materials that you provided that are generated in the form of a conversation between two people. And you can listen to those materials in this audio format on the way. And if this is the more suitable way for you, it's really effective. So let's come back to this example. So let's say I have this idea about building a digital coffee loyalty card. And I have uploaded some resources on competitors and on like market analysis, my brainstorming ideas, etc. Once I do that, I can use this chat interface to ask questions like, come help me with coming up with 5 innovative product ideas, or what are the areas that competitors are not using in this market segment. And you get really specific information based on verified data that you can use, and it can be really effective when you want to analyze data you already have. The last one I'm going to mention is ChatGPT. That I don't think this one needs an introduction, but here I want to mention that ChatGPT is not good, or I do not recommend using it for performing like research or market research itself, as the results can really be biased, and it's not designed for that. Because what GPT does is that it comes with a generalization. So it will not give you the representative sample results as you need when you're doing research, but it will rather give you an example or opinion of average representative person. But if you have your own data that you need to analyze and maybe cluster, and let's say you have a lot of reviews on your product, and you want to find out what are the main advantages or disadvantages your customers see in your product, you can use GPT to find it out really effectively. And there are studies that show that using GPT this way has a really, really good precision, ranging from 66 to 88% when compared to human coding. The best way, or the way to achieve the best results when using GPT for this use case, is to let the GPT create the coding scheme, and not to force it to separate the data into metrics you prepared before. So let's say I want to analyze the reviews on let's say the hands-free dog leashes that I am selling. The most effective way to do that is that I will start within my prompt. I will start with a clear context. So I will state that I want to analyze these product reviews. I will provide the detailed step-by-step instructions. So for example, I want the GPT to look at every comment and every review, and I wanted to find out what advantages and disadvantages customers are speaking about. It's also important to specify the required response format and clearly indicate what the data should be analyzed. Things that can really help you to achieve a higher precision when doing that are also including notes on what to watch out for or what constraints to consider. So, for example, if I want to cluster my reviews into categories, I can say that if two categories seem way too similar, they should be merged, because I don't want like 30 categories, I only want 10. If we like elaborate on this example, the prompt to achieve a really good result can look something like this. Okay, the next really important message I want to leave here is that in most cases, you are not your customer, and assuming your customer would behave the way you would behave may not be the best. And in order to find out what your customers need and what they think about and what maybe what they see as issues, you have to ask, you have to like track their behavior, and you have to look at the data and analyze that. And here, I would like to ask you, which of you have experienced a situation where you felt that the product or service was thinking of you and that this product or service really knew you? I really believe that all of us have some example of this product or service in mind. And well, okay, sorry for the interruption. So I believe that I really truly believe that all of you have experience with a really good product or service like that, and it is true that most customers expect companies to understand their unique needs and expectations, and they always expect products to be personalized. These numbers, they rise with the rise in technology and the ways that AI can be used these days. And the personalization that I mentioned here is really important for customer experience, and it can really help your customers to build loyalty with your brand and build trust with your brand. In order to build trust and loyalty, it is important to realize that less is more. So you will probably not build this trust by sending 100 of emails or by showing not relevant and general in-app banners or notifications. However, if you do it right and you send this like one right personalized email, it can really build the trust with your brand and help you and your customers. Most of the companies still have only general offers for the masses, and some of the companies customize their offers. Okay, so I see that we have still some technical issues, so we are working on fixing them. Please be patient while we try to fix this, and I will continue. Okay, I hope you see me and the presentation now, and then you could also hear me. If you can please just confirm that everything is okay now. Okay, thank you very much. So I will just go back here to just to say that one more time that when you do the personalization right with the aim or with the goal to achieve loyalty and trust for your brand, have in mind that less is more. And what still most companies do is they only have like general offers for the masses, and they don't think about their customers as of the individuals. What some of the companies do is they create customized offers for like user groups that are grouped based on characteristics. But what the big players and the big boy game is to create unique individualized offers for each user. And when I ask you about your experience with the product or service that you felt like was thinking for you, I believe you were thinking about these products and these services that are offering the services and offering everything within this experience that is tailored for you, or at least you have this feeling. So what I'm speaking about here is the personalization. And as you can see in this personalization maturity curve, most companies lie in the area when the maximum they do is rule-based personalization. And there's really, really good companies like Netflix or Spotify are doing the predictive personalization. But how to move from this rule-based personalization to behavioral recommendations? Well, I will try to give you a quick guide to that might help you how to start, because even this step can really improve the customer experience for your customers. So the first thing is to analyze your customer behavior and look for the patterns that you see there. As I said in the beginning, you are not your customers. So if you want to find out something about them and find out what bugs them or what what they really appreciate about your product, you have to look at the data, you have to do the research, you have to find it out. Once you do that, you can find the biggest barriers users are facing now, or you can find the biggest opportunities and challenges that you see. And with this information, it is important that you state clear and measurable goals. I know this sounds obvious, but this is what has to be done, and I will show you how you can move from segment-based personalization to using these behavioral recommendations in a short period of time. But once you have stated the clear and measurable goals, comes the fun part where you implement, deploy, but it does not end, and you have to measure, evaluate, and repeat. Because as your product changes, your customers changes, and the society changes, you have to adapt to those needs as they arise. As I promised, I'm going to tell you about the example where we use the personalization to improve experience for our customers. So I will speak about the fitness platform that we cooperated with. In this fitness platform that has like many users, and they provide exercise programs, they provide really interesting content about lifestyle and exercise. And when we look at the data about the users, we found out that most of the users cancel their subscription once their initial exercise program ends. And we also found out that most of the users add one more exercise to the one that they had originally planned by the system in their calendar. And when they are adding this exercise, they have to go through 3 iterations of searching for the right exercise before finding the right one. When we looked at this data and saw this information, we concluded that the barrier for the users is to find the right exercise. And as they struggle with that, they often decide to abandon the product, then they abandoned the app. So what we did is that we looked at the process of suggesting blog posts that you see there and try to add the personalization there. We also did the same for the exercises. And we changed the entire algorithm of how the exercises are listed for each user. So each user, when searching for exercise, gets the results ranked based on their behavior in the recent days, based on their preferences that are represented by favorite workouts, and based on their current goals. So we moved from the case where, let's say, a pregnant woman could have been recommended, or the first exercise on the list when searching for new exercises would be dynamic Tabata, to the state where all of the results are based on this personal information of the user and based on their behavior in the past. By doing that, we've increased the time. We've increased the time that users stayed with the platform, and we are still measuring the results. And as I said, we will move forward with those recommendations to build even more trust with the platform. Just to mention that these processes or these steps of moving towards your customers and treating them as the individuals, they don't have to take forever. They don't have to take years. A system like this or changes like this, we were able to implement within a month. So just to give you motivation that if you want to start, you can start with some easy cases where you can accomplish really good results. Okay, so the last part I'm going to speak about is the customer support. Important thing to notice is that we have like 2 types of customer support, reactive and proactive one. And I think we all believe that the proactive one is the better one and the one we really want to achieve. So it means that we are giving our customers the support they need before they need it. So we don't wait for the customers to write to some chat window on our website that they are struggling to find some functionality or they cannot reset their password. But rather we are trying to give them the support and guide them through the application or the product before they even struggle. There are really many tools you can use to provide customer support or customer onboarding. I've listed some of the tools that we have worked with previously. So you can just note them or screenshot them and maybe take a look at them. And they are all used for user onboarding. They vary in the functionalities they have, but you can create onboarding and support within these tools. I'm going to maybe speak a little bit more about the one I personally prefer, and it's the Intercom app. I believe you have an experience with that as a user because it's really widely used as a customer support tool. And I'm not going to speak about the chatbot functionality. I think this has been talked about a lot, but I would like to speak about the proactive support that you can create in Intercom and what does it really mean. So in this tool, you can create a simple workflows. For example, in case you have a scheduled maintenance in your app, so some of the services will not be accessible, and you can let the users know before it happens. Or you can use these workflows to wait for the trigger. So, for example, user enters some section of your app that you have found out to be let's say problematic, or user has started a flow that has a really high dropout rate, and you can create this proactive support. So the in-app messages or in-app notifications will show to your users once they start with this flow or enter the screen or some part of your application, and you can guide them through the flow and explain them what needs to be done before they struggle, and this can be really useful. To give you an example of how this proactive user support can help is this one for about the Guru Investimientos, which is an investment platform. Which is an investment platform that uses proactive customer support to guide users through the onboarding. So this company is enabling users to trade stocks on the stock market, and the user base includes experienced investors and complete beginners. They are required by law to ask users like 58 questions in their entry questionnaire. And in the financial sector, such complex onboarding processes can lead to really high drop-off rates, as high as 70%. However, they used proactive support with combination of personalization, and what they did is that they used personalized WhatsApp messages for the users that interrupted the onboarding process. So they used these messages that were mentioning the specific field where the user stopped, and explained how to fill in this field or what does it mean. And they this is how they allow their users to return and continue exactly where they left off in the onboarding. This has really helped them to reduce this drop-off rate by up to 40%, and I think it's really interesting example of how this can be done and how it can help. Okay, this is I have covered all 3 topics I wanted to speak about today, and now it's time for your questions. So if you have some questions that came up during my presentation or now, feel free to ask them in Slido, and I will go through them now. I will mark these. Okay, so you can ask your questions now. How can AI be used to create emotionally intelligent interactions that feel more human? This is actually a really interesting question, because there has been done in research where they compare the human and AI reactions in some situations. and they let the people evaluate which of the response was like let's say kinder, and most of them said that interacting with AI was more pleasant than interacting with a human. But this is off topic. To answer your question, how can AI be used for this? Well, it's as I said in the presentation, the less is more in this case. So I believe that we have all been targeted by ads or bots with a lot of information and energy, and it's just it has just been overwhelming. So I would say just use as much targeting of the users as you need, and do not overstimulate your users. And this might be it. But well, I would not recommend trying to using AI or automated tools without clearly stating that that you are interacting with AI, because you have to be really transparent with your users. Why is it not a good idea to use some AI tools for user research, for example, demographic data, etc.? So you have to look at the tool and look at what it was designed for. You can use AI tools to, let's say, Google the information for you in a more convenient way. But the one I mentioned specifically, like GPT, it can be really biased, and you don't have the representative sample. So let's say you're doing a research and you want demographic information, and you want to know what this research group would say, would think. Tools like GPT will not give you this information. But as I said, if you just want like simple data about demographics of I don't know, like some part, like some country or area, it can be used that way. So if you find a tool that is specifically designed for research purposes, it's not going to be, most probably it's not going to be solely LLM, but it's going to be like more complex tools that is only using LLM to represent the data. And if you have a data that you just want to cluster or maybe transfer to more comprehensive format, you can use a lot of tools. But as I said, look at the purpose of this tool. It should be stated there what to use it for and what not to use it for. Okay, I accidentally... Thank you. So what are the risks of over-personalization, and how can they be mitigated with ethical AI practices? This is a really important topic, the ethics in AI. In my company, when we create AI tools, we always go through ethical assessment of the tool, and I highly recommend doing that even before you develop the product, and think about the ethical considerations of it. When it comes to personalization, as I said, it is really important to let users know that they are interacting with automated tools or with artificial intelligence. And if you do that, I think that it is a really good start to mitigate some of the risk that doing this over personalization or personalization can bring. Is it worth implementing an AI chatbot for software documentation? It seems like a common trend today. Do you have experience with similar use cases? I'm not sure I understand the question, so feel free to write me after this episode ends if I got the question wrong. But if we are speaking about the case when you have software documentation and it's, let's say, too long and you need a simple way to find the information that is there, I think that it is worth using AI chatbot. I would not recommend doing like your custom implementation, but you can use a lot of tools that will only require to upload the document, and it's ready to use and it can really help. We use it in our company actually, so I highly recommend that, but I don't think it's worth doing your own custom implementation. What's the best way to balance automation with the need for human support and customer service? To find the best balance, like doing the ethical evaluation is a really good start. It's going to help you. It's going to give you some information also in this part. But what most companies do, and what is our experience, is that you should look at the cases that you see. So it's the first part that I mentioned also today, to look at the data and see what the cases that you have in customer service are really like repeated actions and that can be automated. So for example, it does not include dealing with sensitive information or sensitive or critical functionalities, let's say processing payments or getting access to some sensitive information. But if you have these low risk use cases where humans don't have much added value, you should automate these. And for other use cases, you can use the human support. Really interesting solution, it's also from Intercom, is that your human support agents have their own like AI assistants. So it's kind of different model, but when you as a human are doing a customer support, so let's say some tasks are fully automated and then some tasks go to human agents. Those human agents can use their own AI assistant to help them find the information they need to forward to customer real quick. So this might also be a considerable option. How can AI ensure a seamless transition between automated support and human intervention when necessary? I'm also not sure about this. So all of you, if I did not get your questions correctly, I will be more than happy to speak with you after this episode ends. But when it comes to transition between automated support and human intervention, if we are speaking about a case where, for instance, you start your conversation with the AI chatbot and then you move to human review, there are really good solutions out there. And how they basically work is that when you start a conversation, you are aware of the fact that you are conversating with the AI tool. But once you go into the topic or area where AI cannot help you, you are automatically informed about this and you are moved for human support. What can be maybe even better option is that many tools let you select after one or two questions or at the beginning if you want to go to human support directly, or you are willing to try to solve your solution with a AI agent. So you can choose. And if you have like a simple question or simple problem, you choose to solve it only with AI because it might be faster than waiting for a human support agent. So this might be a really good way. How can AI be used to predict customer churn and create strategies to retain at-risk customers? This is a really good use case for AI as well. How these tools that can predict customer churn work is as with I think almost all of them. So you have to have a lot of data, and you have to find the patterns in customer behavior that are repeated, and based on the changes in your customer base, let's say in sentiment or like other metrics that you look at, you can see that some of the factors that are connected with the customer churn is rising, and those systems can warn you that well, you should do something because you're going to have a problem. So there are many tools that you can use to monitor the situation in your customer base. I am not aware about the tools that can help you create retain at risk, that can help you create those strategies to retain at risk customers. But I can certainly do a research on that, maybe for the next episode. Okay, if these are all of the questions, thank you for your attention, and I'm happy you joined me here today. If you have any more questions or would like to speak more, feel free to write me on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.